Door's sealed, but I'll bet the warden's left a clue around here to open it. Heard you took Rook to see your mom.
What? No, she just showed up.
Awkward. You're trying to be badass for the boss and save the world, and there's Mom.
Correcting your posture.
And how I pronounce words.
Even better.
Stupid. Whatever. Ugh.
There. Whatever the warden sealed, we've opened.
No, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Wouldn't the connection to the lyrium cause...
The veil to rupture? Not if you're careful. Really, really careful.
Rook, good to see you. Belara was telling me about one of the artifacts she calmed. Her manipulation of the Hylic spheres put some circle mages I know to shame.
Oh, that's so nice. Really?
Belara, repairing the Illuvian network alone is worth a thesis.
Have you run into anything like it before?
Not at all. The principles are familiar, but the application, the finesse. Though admittedly, my interests lie more with the spirits. Look to Belara for elven magic expertise.
You were here, what, 5 minutes, and you had that thing fixed?
And it's quite a complex mechanism.
Well, thank you.
That said, I've noticed you working at all hours on that artifact.
Really? I don't think it's all ours.
And you're either the first to wake, or you simply aren't sleeping some nights.
Thank you, Professor, but I'm fine. Mostly.
That was really reassuring until mostly.
In between the two? It's hard. I've never had a chance like this kind of access to knowledge. It's Solas's old home. I want to learn as much as I can.
And we've time to learn it. But in order to do that, you must take care of yourself.
That knowledge isn't going anywhere. Relax a little, get some rest. You'll feel better and work better.
Right. I'm not great at that. Relaxing, I mean, I think to myself, what if I do it wrong? Then it's 3 hours later and I'm even less relaxed than I was.
Perhaps I can help you.
With what? Relaxing?
Yes. I can teach you some breathing exercises, the ones we show initiates.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Of course. We must look out for one another.
And thank you too, Rook.
Anytime.
Okay, I am going to relax right away. But first, I had another question.
I thought you might.
How has been Rathers since the dragon attack?
After the dragon attack, after demons swarmed the streets, after the palace shot at everyone, we're having a ball.
Ah, sorry.
What for? You didn't attack the city. The shadow dragons are dealing with it. At least, we're trying to. I just worry about Asher. He rests as much as we do. What? This can't...
Oh no. Where is everyone? What did the Venatori do to the Shadow Dragons?
Damn it! The shadows certainly didn't invite them in. Look around. If there's some trace or a clue, we need to find it.
A candelabra. Is this for us? Strange. It wants us to find more.
Hector. He used to guard the pawn shop's entrance.
He was waiting for someone near the market. He might still be there. The killings. This is...
This is horrible. The Venatori are monsters.
You don't forget something like this. It sticks with you.
Nev, I took a lot of notes while you were away. About what we did, and who we met, and what I thought you might notice. I know you like keeping notes. I thought if you came back, maybe it would help. I'm sorry, that's... No.
It's great, Belle. Really. Thanks. Ruffled any feathers lately?
No. Or no one's tailed me if I did.
All right. If you run into trouble, get in touch.
The docks. It sounds like the Venatori tracked down Hector and took him there. Let's hurry. I don't like the tone of that note.
Watch ahead.
Venatori! Stop them! That body. Is that Hector? Damn it. We were too late.
This was a public killing. An execution. The Venatori want people to be scared.
Hey, Rook. I've news about Lorelei the Fence.
Lorelei. She ran the pawn shop. Sold things.
Yes. The Venatori found her. They took her to the docks. You have to hurry. You know what they do to shadow dragons.
We're on it.
There's something on your mind.
It's just... Demetta's Crossing. I can't stop thinking about it, those people. What if it happens again? What if it's happening all over right now and we just don't know about it?
Something happens somewhere remote. It could take a while for word to get out.
Nev?
What? If we pretend it's not possible, we might miss something.
I just want to help, but this... It's all so big.
Search the area for anyone who needs help.
This was Lorelei's. What did they do to her? So many dead, and for what? to parade their new power, in case we forget.
I don't think they even care if the people they're executing are really shadow dragons. It's anyone who's ever been connected to them, or helped them. This message... You're connected to the other Candlehop we met.
This is exciting, isn't it? I'm excited.
You're going to have to catch me up here.
Oh, just everything. What we're doing, everything we're learning, the lighthouse.
Considering where that's led us, I'd take less of all three. I've got this. Got it.
Whispers. Offers. Someone made a deal with a demon.
What could you do anyway? You're not a...
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
Andaran Adashan.
Anathara. I wish we could be meeting without our gods threatening to blight the world.
A blight that spreads wider with each passing heartbeat.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to turn the Inquisition over to Chantry control. But I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Vorlay. Valrorio and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marchers have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I talked to the Divine and your mother's safe with the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might just be an arm of the Chantry now, but we've still done our part to get people to fight this threat together. Again. The South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori helped make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette? Something to do with Solus?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Right now, Solus is giving us the information we need to track down the gods.
Yes, he is a vital source of information and advice, just as he was to the Inquisition before. He is the Dread Wolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many alliances do you think he has made and broken?
Solus was... important to me. If this statuette helps you understand him, if it uncovers something that... Honestly, I don't know. I wish I did. But this feels like a part of him. And whatever he and I once were, I think... I hope... it might help you.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Well, back to our point.
I wonder if the crows offer lessons, or just training, even.
Looking to learn their techniques?
Oh, no, not that. I don't want to be an assassin. Not really. But it's always good to learn new things, some of them assassin adjacent.
Not scary at all.
Venatori causing trouble, and the people of Minrathous are desperate for any help. It'd never happen. Not anywhere. Break those crystals. We need to get through that barrier. Venatori are dealt with. I hope whoever posted that plea for help feels safer tonight.
Every little bit helps. We should check the board again for any other message.
Demons!
Souls alone as the light left. I was there, less alone.
You're a spirit of compassion.
My own name. But what of theirs? 3 I've found, felled by demon claws, murdered. A connection I cannot see. I have impressions. But if I learn more, answers might unfold. This one. Green against grey stone. Rain, nourish. How she watched it bloom. Find who she was.
We've got a trail. We just need to follow it.
Hortensia. She was a gardener.
Green against grey. In debt, desperate, but still found hope. There are others. I would know more of them.
Another demon killing. We need to get them away.
That goes to you.
The spirit of compassion. And another murder victim.
This one. A roof denied. Eyes skim over. Yet a world smudged in shadow. So beautiful. Find who he was.
There's a trail. We can follow it.
Charcoal drawings by someone named Evander.
A world smudged in shadow. He drew Docktown's darkness, but also its light. A faint connection begins to bind them. We must find the third.
A cat. Demons! It looks... Compassion.
This one. Curiosity undimmed. Just one more answer. Truth and story beneath the ruins. Find who he was. I will find you then.
Property of Marcus. Scholar.
Story beneath the ruins. Fear for the future. And yet, he continued. For himself and for her. All those I found, I held a hand as the light left.
Do you know something about the murder victims? What connected them?
Each was desperate. Each heard a whisper that tempted them, and each turned away. They defied the one who called them. The demons we saw were merely minions. Too late for these. But now I can watch and protect others. Something larger stirs, calling the desperate. I cannot see what. No, the hope you bring Docktown thwarts it, and may you continue.
A Grey Warden? Are you all right?
You're Rook. I'm Vesta.
What happened?
I'm here to help the Shadow Dragons, fighting Darkspawn in the catacombs. There weren't many when we started, but then the others said to run. Get help. We can't leave the Darkspawn. If they escape into the city...
We won't let them.
Just sit tight.
Davrin, if a person is blighted and doesn't go through whatever Wardens go through, how long?
Depends on the person. With the changes to the Blight, the answer's even more uncertain.
Right. Well, another thing we can't predict.
These must be the Darkspawn that attacked Warden Vesta.
There's more around.
All right, let's keep clearing Blight from the catacombs.
Will do.
Well, that's unnerving. Old magic, forgotten relics. There's a lot left in the catacombs, and the Blight's twisting through all of it. An elevator.
There's more blight where it leads.
Do you get the feeling we're being watched when we're in the catacombs? That's the last of them. We should tell Warden Vesta. Hey, we're back in Docktown proper.
Always good to know the shortcuts.
Vesta, we got the Darkspawn that attacked you. They won't get into the city.
Thank you. The Wardens will be glad to hear it.
As will the Shadow Dragons. Quillen, by the way. I'll ensure Vesta gets the healing she needs.
Good. Docktown owes her for the warning.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did, sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that, it's kind of mean.
I thought it was just an archive. How can it be mean?
The creator, its creator, I mean. An archive spirit takes on the personality of whoever makes it. Which, okay, that's an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Really condescendingly, based on experience so far.
Right! You wouldn't ask questions, you'd tell them what to do, so let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenar, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. That was us.
Anaris. I know I've heard that name before.
Yeah, a Forgotten One. Remember the nursery rhymes? Don't speak their names or they'll come for you. Unlike our so-called good gods, which, well, we saw what happened there. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solus was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Archive. Tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
Archive. Tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards, hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending. But Anaris will prevail.
you've got a chance to learn more about our people. Go for it. Just be careful and try not to break anything.
Right. Thanks, Rook.
All thanks must be given to Anaris, for he will cast down the oppressive Evanuris and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Antivan with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
Tosh, if you don't want to talk about this...
No, it matters. And Nev... sorry I was an asshole.
No harm done. Your mother didn't just make you angry. Something she said got its hooks into you. Why?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
I used to tell myself things that sound like what you're saying. I felt wrong in my own skin. I didn't know why. I figured everyone felt like that, so I pushed it away and tried not to think about it. Until one day I finally realized what was wrong. I'd grown up in this box the world made for me. This is what a man is. This is what a woman is. But I wasn't a man and I wasn't a woman. I was me.
So, what? You just changed?
I asked a lot of questions to people willing to talk with me about it. Then one night, I closed my eyes and let myself imagine living my life, not as a man or a woman, but as me, being free as myself. Something opened up in my chest, like I'd relaxed a muscle I'd clenched my whole life without realizing it. And after I finished crying, I started making plans. Because once I learned that I could feel that way about myself, I was never going back.
And you're saying I'm like you?
One of the first things you told me was, you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me or dealing with some other pain, well, only you can figure that out.
Okay. I'll try. And thanks for telling me about you.
Anytime. Lucanus? Where is he?
Back, demon! No further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanus go! Don't make us hurt both of you!
What's going on? Lucanus?
It's not Lucanus, it's the demon. It's taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Spite, stop. You're not taking Lucanus through the Illuvian.
I could, if you'd move.
So you can take him where? Off a cliff, or worse?
How did... Rook? Dash?
You tried to walk through the Illuvian in your sleep.
Spite wanted out.
I need coffee.
Are you sure you're all right?
This could be better. It's hard for Spite to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
I'll be more careful next time.
We do have magical experts here, you know. Once we put our heads together, we'll figure this out.
I already talked to Nev and Bellara. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
You don't think highly of spirit magic, Lucanus, because of your experiences with a Venatori, I suppose?
Partly.
I assure you that performed with care, necromancy is no more harmful than any other magecraft.
There is a difference. Fire and ice spells kill people. They don't bring them back again.
What's so objectionable about a simple reanimation?
It's a waste of hard work.
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
It's like being in a very, very specialized museum.
Yes, but the purpose of the tableau...
Wait, did one just move?
That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tja. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
Let's continue.
So what now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead. Would you care to light the candle, Rook? Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon? I'm surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle? Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants.
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
If you ever want a side job, the crows are always looking for new potions.
Yes, as I recall, you're rather famous for it. This way, Rook.
You were right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried here anyway?
Excellent question. We rarely should take a new census.
Examining the graves?
You'll need to light these candles as well. Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Crows have plenty of ceremony, believe me.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me. Ah, look here.
Hi? Should I say hi?
It's curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still join the Watchers?
They're what saved me. Come, the next set of graves lies ahead. Please, light the next candles if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality. All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites, I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before. We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light. Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell. Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watcher, faith kept in all our paths.
What was,
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
So, you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Hasn't everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, in sunlit streets. A raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
Well, if Manfred's excited, how can I refuse? Cheers, Manfred.
So, Rook, you and Lucanus both come from the Crows?
Yes, but I was never as famous as the Demon of Virantium.
Rook?
However did you come by that name before you met Spite?
The Tevinter news sheets, but I think Viago started it.
Just a casual inquiry.
Mother? Haven't seen you for... won't forget. By the fireplace. You too. Love you.
There's something moving inside.
Oh, No, grave mist isn't a wine. It's magically infused vapors, captured near tombs where spirits dwell. I don't partake myself, but it's supposedly quite invigorating.
I wonder what this is about.
It's a meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
All right.
I can assist. At once. Allow me. Certainly. Of course.
That opened up something.
This one keeps its memories yet.
So many rooms. What's following? What are you? Stay away! They're gone. House is safe.
Another question about the crows, Lucanus.
I'm also a crow?
Have you told Diago that?
Do you have any say in your targets?
You want to know if my victims deserved it?
Forgive me, I shouldn't have asked.
Everyone wonders. I've never killed an innocent by my count. I cannot say if yours would agree. Looking for a little light reading?
I thought Solus might have some books on ancient dwarves. What do you like to read for fun, Lucanus?
Romance.
Romance? Really?
Why is that so hard to believe?
There's something about this room. Sometimes I almost forget I'm in the Fade. Other times...
I opened a cupboard and 10 wisps flew out with one of my quills.
Right, exactly.
With all my regards. Oh, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
Hi, Emmerich.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters. The other Watchers have been most interested in our adventures.
What's the Grand Necropolis like?
Its majesty has stilled the tongues of kings and queens. It's a haven for spirits and the dead, a vast well of history, the duty and shelter of every Watcher. We who serve it are pledged to an eternal vigil.
What do Watchers, watch for?
There are stranger and more dangerous things than spirits in the Fade, Rook. The Watchers stand against them when their shadows rise.
Anything lately?
A few portents I cannot put down solely to the chaos of the elven gods, but nothing definitive. Perhaps only shivers in the void.
So I've heard people call necromancers mortalitasi. What's the difference between them and the Mornwatch?
Oh, all Navaran necromancers are mortalitasi. The Watchers are a special order within them.
Very fancy.
We've certain privileges and attendant responsibilities.
What's the Mornwatch do?
Our first duty is safekeeping the Grand Necropolis and preparing the funerary dead. Another is stopping misuse of dark magic and necromancy.
Must keep you busy.
Not often, but on occasion.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10! How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time? Honestly.
Can people just ask you to show up for some corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there. Questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills, and sometimes fetching back last words from a loved one.
You can get anything out of the dead and they just let you leave Navarra?
My gift has limitations. The dead only know what they did in life. What was clear under the sun is sometimes blurred when I revive them.
Makes sense.
Honestly, some conversations aren't worth the trouble. Death encourages obstinacy.
Good to chat. I'll let you get back to your letter.
Before you go, I wanted to thank you for your company in the Memorial Gardens. There's another ceremony I have to perform there. If you'd like to visit again. Not yet, but soon.
Sounds good. Sometimes I miss home, too.
Rook, I'm not... well, perhaps a little.
You'll cheer up once we look at some graves, I bet.
The ceremony should be most centering. I'll let you know when it's time.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
Can't imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Well, you get high marks for effort.
He's toying with me. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
I've heard about Weishaupt. Never been there.
It's a giant fortress and home of the Grey Wardens. It's been standing for as long as anyone remembers. At least since the first Blight.
Does it have floating buildings like the lighthouse?
No, but things float up from the latrines.
Fun bunch you hang out with.
The wrong sort have their charm.
And just how, wrong are the wrong sort?
Thieves, brigands, pirates, and the odd murderer now and then.
Sounds fun right up to the murdering.
At least now they're murdering Darkspawn.
Has your first warden always been, well,
a stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it.
He means well in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Elgranon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
I'd rather take my chances in prison.
It's not all bad.
When does it get good?
When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger. Then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay. Now I get it.
Best part is the Warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past. But after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the Warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons. It takes the wrong sort to put the world right.
Kind of like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know. Manfred the Warden. Has a ring to it.
How about we quit while we're ahead? See you around.